welcome back to my channel. My name is Cami. Today we're going to review Alien Romulus, kind of a split audience, but for me personally, this was a huge win for the Alien franchise. This movie played out so well. Being a fan of the originals, Aliens being one of my favorite movies of all time, this movie and Sigourney Weaver's performance is something that inspired me personally to become an actress. Still inspires me to this day. I would love to play a character like Ripley. In this movie, we have Callie Spaney, and I thought she did a really fantastic job. She made this character her own. It didn't feel like Ripley. It really felt like the character she was trying to portray. It was similar in some moments. We got to see that strength come out in her. I thought it was a great performance and really lived up to the original for me. When the movie started out, I was a little bit like, okay, what is this? Teenagers in space. I was judging. Very quickly, as we progressed through the story, I started to love the scenery, the setting, the atmosphere. I mean, they nailed every single one of these aspects. Do you know how hard it is to get an Alien movie right? It has been years. I was feeling the same vibe that I got from the originals. I was feeling creeped out. I was tense. Andy, played by David Johnson, and he is the standout character of this film. Did that man act his butt off or what? Because I felt the emotion when he was silent. I felt it when he was talking. The expressions on his face, he fit this role to a T, and I enjoyed every moment of his performance. And then we've got the xenomorph. Practical effects in this movie. The fact that they used practical effects, I mean, they did use some CGI at the end, and we'll talk about that at the end of this video. The xenomorph looked amazing. He looked perfect. This movie takes place between Alien and Aliens, which is genius to me. To get that feeling back and have it be smack dab in the middle of these two great films was awesome. There's also a little nod to the original, which I'll talk about at the end. I really love the elements that they brought in from the original. Even just having the cyborgs in there. Cyborgs are such a huge part of the franchise, so it's just nice to see them. We also have plenty of face huggers. We have quite a lot of them. I felt like that they moved and behaved more realistic in this than even the previous films. I know that's saying a lot, but I always wondered why in the other movies they just like vacuum right on the face, like nailed the landing every time. In this movie, I feel like it was a little bit of a struggle for them to attach, and I think it's kind of cool and adds more suspense to the movie and to those scenes. We have some really great scenes in the third act. I'm not talking about the main thing that a lot of people hate. You know, there's an anti-gravity scene that was really well played out. Well, we've got the characters kind of switching in that moment. I really just loved this movie. They nailed the atmosphere, the visuals, the sound design, the scenery, the story, everything was working for me. You guys know me, I'm not big on some gore moments. You know, I think actually Fede Alvarez really toned things down in this movie. I know that he comes from Don't Breathe and a lot of other horror. He could have been a lot worse with some of these elements. So I really appreciated that it wasn't as graphic. I know some of the sci-fi people out there will want it to be more graphic, but I was happy with the level we were getting. The third act of this film is highly debatable, and here we go into the spoilers. So spoiler warning if you haven't seen the movie, and I highly recommend that you go see it. Please just go away. Don't watch this part because we're going to talk about some of the elements that are spoilery. So thanks for watching this far, and I'll see you later. All right, a lot of people were unhappy with this xenomorph human hybrid at the end of the film. Fede Alvarez really swung big with this one, and I think it was bold of him to want to go this route. Add another element of surprise at the end. You know, at least he is going out of the box, and we're not getting a cookie cutter alien. Okay, there's one more jump scare at the end. We're going into something different. Something crazy happened. I was watching this going, this is insane. What is going on here? My only disappointment with this element is I felt like the character design was bad. I don't think it was too original. It wasn't horrible. Being an artist and dabbling in concept art and loving these sci-fi elements, I would have designed this character completely different. We could have even gone kind of more of like the Thing with the design. He wasn't very menacing to me. I wasn't threatened at all, even though I will say that I was feeling the tension throughout the entire movie. It didn't let up until the movie credits rolled and I was like, whew, okay, we can release it now. I forgot to talk about how they tied in the first one. I just thought it was really cool how they tied the original Alien to this movie, and he got blasted out of the airlock at the end, but then we see him up in the, you know, the cords and the wires of the ship. I thought that was such a cool moment. My heart was literally like, oh my gosh, they're tying it in. I'm hitting the mic, and I was so excited about it. Ian Holm's character explains, and I do really appreciate that Fede Alvarez got permission from Ian Holm's family to have his likeness in this movie because the actor sadly has passed away. I was feeling the Alien feel, and I haven't felt that in so long. I hope that this director continues the franchise. Outer space movies are actually my legit favorite movies. It's my dream to be in one someday in my acting career. As a fan of the originals, I can understand if you don't like this one. Well, let me know in the comments if you guys liked it, if you didn't like it. This gets 2 very enthusiastic thumbs up for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys very soon.